infrastructure. Okay, in that case we can use Cloud Shell. So in Cloud Shell we have two options, PowerShell and Bash. PowerShell is a simple thing since it is a Azure Microsoft platform, so PowerShell should be there. And Bash is a Azure CLI. The Azure CLI is that concept has taken from a Unix actually. Yes.
बिट्टू कितना डर लग रहा है तो चिंपू उसके आगे आगे जा रही है वो पीछे पीछे जा रही है नीचे तो उसी को भी रिकॉर्ड तोड़ देंगे ये सब लोग जो है डरपोक में सब डरपोक की पल्ले पड़ गए जो है नीचे कहीं जाना हो अंधेरे के रवा ऐसे सब लीडर है
Okay. Mistakenly, Ashish, I think, has opened up the mic, and yeah, no problem. Okay. So Cloud Shell, I was saying that Cloud Shell is something that will allow you to run your commands and commandlets to the portal itself. And if you do not allow, if your laptop or machine do not allow you to download anything and install it locally, you can use Cloud Shell. Yeah. So Bash is a form of Azure CLI. It is the concept has been taken from the Unix or Linux platform. So the structure of the Cloud CLI or Azure CLI is same like Unix. Okay. So if you know, guys, if everybody knows about Unix, then the Cloud CLI or the Azure CLI is very simple to use. Okay. Or else we have a PowerShell. It is always there with Microsoft products, right? So let's see how PowerShell we can use to see the Cloud Shell or PowerShell or Bash. This is the option Cloud Shell. Audience, when you start Cloud Shell, it is actually behind, it is creating a terminal. Okay. And in this terminal, there is a two mode actually. One is Bash and one is PowerShell. So when you create this option, when you start this option, the terminal has to be configured in behind. Now, since it is a terminal, that means a virtual machine, you can say. So it has some prerequisites. So resource group we have storage account, we have file share option. File share option, okay. Why this file share option is, so the image it will create behind, that image will be stored in a file share. So that if you wish, you can download the image and you can provision it. It is downloaded with the extension img. Okay, you can download it, but the extension is img. So any application that can open img format or can provision a VM based on the img, you can definitely create a virtual machine from that. Okay. Anyway, so resource group, I can use the default resource group like existing one Accenture RGT is showing, but it is a log resource group, so I can't use it. I can choose something else. So I have many resource group. Let me open prod RG. Storage account, if I have the storage account, it's okay. Otherwise, you can go with the new option. Okay. File share, since I don't have any storage account, so file share is not there. So let me provide the name for the storage account, like prod strg underscore one. So name should be unique enough. The prod hyphen strg. I don't think I will get the storage account because storage name should be small and I don't need to. I shouldn't use any kind of special character in the storage name. Prod storage account 123 and file share name also a small address name. I cannot use uppercase, uppercase like that. Prod strg account file share. Now create storage. So if this name has been already been occupied by someone else in the Microsoft platform, in Azure platform, I will get an error. Okay. But I need to check it first. No, storage account name is unique and it is successfully trying to launch on my terminal. So wait for a while. So by default, the terminal will open with the form of bash. So I can run Azure CLI related commands here. Done. So now you can run your commandlets here as the, let's say, group name dot new rg like that. Okay, I forget to remove one thing. Create name and location I need to mention. L is Central India. Done. One resource group has created, and I can create AZ network DM. So if I done any mistake, if I write anything, okay, I will get an error message. I also it will give me a hint where I actually made the mistake. Okay, so help in Azure or Azure CLI is very useful and very prominent. You can easily understand that where you have done the mistake. This is VM create. Name is prod vnet 2 L location. L stands for location, or I can directly write this way also. Location is South India. G stands for group or resource group. So my new resource group is prod hyphen new hyphen rg. Okay. Address prefix 10.10.0.0/16. Subnet name is 10.10.64.0/18. Sorry, this is the name. Subnet name is subnet underscore 2 or hyphen 2, and subnet prefix that is 10.10.64.0/18. Okay, audience, why I'm creating virtual network every time? The reason is my upcoming module is regarding virtual network, and we have a different type of activity like communication between multiple virtual network. We will do it. So if I have number of virtual machines available with me, so my demonstration, my activity will be very much smoother. Okay, that's why I'm creating multiple virtual network for my uh, upcoming module preparation, you can say. Okay, as well as I can show you how to create this, how to use Azure CLI and all those stuff. Now I'm getting a problem. Now corresponding extension is installed to learn. command wait for a while. Yeah, so my virtual network has been created using Azure CLI. See, address space is 10.10.0.0/16. There is a prod new RG, that is a resource group. VNet2, the name of my virtual network, that is a subnet address, subnet information. Okay, so I have created subnet2 is the name. Now, if you look into the uh, VNet informations like VNet, select VNet and you go to all the virtual network I have deployed here. You can see prod VNet2 has created. With the new resource group, I have created prod VNet2. Okay, 10.10.0.0/16. So you can use bash CLI this way, or you can change your CLI from bash to PowerShell. That's also okay. Okay, you can run get module network az.network get command module az.network. You can see all the modules available, all the power commandlets available related with the network. Same things we can also do with the PowerShell. Okay, though the CMDlet structure or the way we are creating the virtual network, commandlets could be different, but it will after executing the network related commandlets, I can create a virtual network. See, we have that option. Oh God, what is this? Yeah, local network gateway, Azure network watcher, Azure virtual network, new Azure virtual network. You can see the help of it. You can check the help to understand the syntax of the virtual network, and then you can use it. See, address prefix as job. The as job is something different. We have the subnet information. DNS server, you can use location. We have resource group name. You can mention subnet. You can do it. Okay, you can add that tag. So everything same like our CLI platform. Okay, so this is called PowerShell that you can start from the portal itself. Okay, or from the Cloud Shell. Now, audience, if I show you, let me open the storage. As I told you that when you start the Cloud Shell, it is creating a storage account in behind, and it is storing, see, prod storage account 123. If you open it, just go to the file share option. So one file share has opened as account has created, and under this you can find the image file. Think .img account underscore sujit.img. So the file size is 5 GB. So whatever activity you are doing, that is recording. If you wish, you can download it. If you wish, you can download and you can provision the new VM based on it. But yes, you need a tool that can understand the IMG format. I don't think the latest hypervisor can understand it. Okay, you can try with your local hypervisor like Hyper-V or for VMware something different. You can use it. Okay, now we can go to the slide. Azure PowerShell and CLI. Now this is really happen with your local machine. So if you have a local PowerShell available and local Azure CLI available, that you can use it. So Azure PowerShell, PowerShell commands and modules, Azure CLI. So it is creating a virtual machine, Azure VM, and it is providing the resource group name, name of the image, and name of your virtual machine. So these information it is providing, and the VM will be created. So nowadays, all the commandlets you can find for Azure infrastructure in PowerShell, all will be starting with AZ. So you have to download the module related with AZ, and then you can access your PowerShell related stuff there. PowerShell is now open source, so Mac, Linux, everywhere you can execute the same script. But yeah, the script has to be written in the version of above 5.1 because above 5.1 it is supporting .NET Core, and without .NET Core you cannot execute your script to the different platform. Okay, if you are using version 3.0 or 4.0 of PowerShell, you cannot execute anything to the other platform. Okay. PowerShell commands and modules, commandlets and modules. So you can see that how many commandlets available related with the particular modules. As I did, get command space hyphen module and name the module. Like I mentioned, az.network something. So I will find all the CMDlets available inside that particular module. Same way, if I want to find out the modules, then I have to use get module. Okay, all the modules you can find it from the local machine if you want to run. And if you use hyphen list available, the modules which is not yet imported in your local machine or local PowerShell engine, that list also you can get it. So working with PowerShell, we will go to the demonstration and we will see that how to use PowerShell from the local computer. Okay. Azure CLI, same thing as I did in our previous example. It is actually try to reset the VM or restart the VM, better to say. And the command is starting with AZ, then VM restart whatever. And I create a virtual network. Remember, there also I mentioned resource group, location, address prefix, and other stuff. Demonstration with CLI, so that we will discuss. So before we go for the template audience, let me go to the local machine for demonstration. Get module hyphen list available. My machine is little bit slow, so wait for a while. It will find all the modules available in my machine that could be imported already or something which is not yet imported. All the list will be showing into the console. Wait for a while. Now, so if I go above, so there is some modules available with the AZ. AZ is related with the Azure. Okay. So AZ.accounts, AZ.accounts, AD advisor, AKS. Why this name had taken twice? Actually, the new format, the new version I have downloaded, and it was using with old version. Okay, if you look into the version name, you can find the difference. First version is 1.7 and second one is 1.5. So second one is the old one. Got it. So if you find any name which is appeared in a twice, okay, appear in a two times appear, so you can find the version difference. So few commandlets, few modules already present in my local machine, and again I have downloaded the new version. So the version wise it is different. But sorry audience. Uh, like AZDNS, if you want to install that DNS, you can do these things. Let's go with that. Okay, let's check that how DNS has been configured and all. Import module and import module accounts. Accounts is required before because if I want to work with PowerShell audience, I have to log in separately. Okay, so login is the account I think. Right. So once you hit enter, it will ask you for your credentials. So use your credential to log in. Once it is successfully logged in, you will get the subscription information into the console. Wait for a while. Yeah, so I have logged in successfully. Now, if I want to see the what is the DNS related CMDlets available in my session right now, PowerShell session, then you can run get command hyphen module az.dns. So add az.dns record config get new. So there is the option new az.dns zone. If you want to see the help option, new ad, sorry, what is that? az.dns zone. Default profile, connection, authentication, name, resource group name, okay, and tag. So resource virtualization network. Anything else I can add? So new az.dns zone hyphen name what prod.com, that could be valid name, location, let me get an error message. I think I'll get an error message. Something I have done wrong. Location or region. Resource group name, notification. Okay, I'll find my problem. Resource group name, prod.rg. Zone type, let's say public. Audience, I'm creating something to show you how to use PowerShell. What is the significance of creating the AD DNS zone and all those stuff that we will discuss in the networking part. Client.subscription ID. Where is subscription name? Default profile. Unable to acquire token for tenant. This is the tenant ID. Subscription name is this one. Where is subscription information? Hmm. Resource group name. Tab is confirm. It's simple. There is no subscription need to be added here. Resource group name, virtual network. Then why subscription error I'm getting? DNS zone with delegated by specified parity tone resource group name. There is no subscription at all required. God RG. That is prod RG or prod VM. Let me check the resource group name. Maybe I mentioned wrong resource group name. No, prod RG is there. Hmm. Check. New AC DNS. So hyphen name. Hmm. Prod dot com. Get command. Module AC dot DNS. Zone name. Hmm. Prod dot com. Okay. Resource group name .rg. Yeah, it is created here in the Cloud Shell. See, same statement I have written in my local machine. Okay, but I'm getting error because of the subscription. Maybe my local machine is not able to get the subscription information from the cloud. That's why I'm getting the problem. Maybe my subscription information has been wiped out from my local machine. That's why. But same thing. See, if I run it in a Cloud Shell, let me make it maximize. Same command I have written, but in Cloud Shell it is running successfully, but in a local machine it is not running due to my problem of the local machine audience. But command is not problematic. Command is absolutely okay. Anyway, so this is the process that you can use. Means if your PowerShell having the proper subscription information, I need to log in, log in again to the power from the PowerShell of my local machine, and I can connect with the Azure infrastructure. Okay. Now, for this is the PowerShell. Same thing you can also do with the AZ. For AZ means Azure CLI you have to install in your local machine, and you can use your local machine power Azure CLI to manage your infrastructure. Okay. For running the AZ or Azure CLI in your local machine, you just need to open the CMD platform. That's all. AZ group or and in that case you don't need to log in. You directly run your command, AZ CLI command. You don't need to log in with AZ CLI. It will automatically track that you have logged in already with the portal or not. If you are not logged in, it will ask you for login. Otherwise, automatically it will take the information from the portal that you have already opened, and it will try to show all the information that you want to fetch it. Like I want to list out the resource group information from Azure CLI. So now it is verifying that I have already logged in or not. If I logged in, information will be showing here. Wait for a while. Now see, in my local machine, it is fetching all the group list, resource group list here. Prod new RG, Accenture RG, prod RG. So all the resource group information is now available in my local machine. I don't need to log in again. So this is the effectiveness of the Azure CLI. Once you logged in through the portal, you don't need to log in again for the Azure CLI. And Azure CLI can be executed with the normal command prompt. You can execute from the PowerShell as well as you can execute from the normal command prompt. It is not required any separate command prompt, I would say. Same command prompt like we are using in our daily life, same command prompt we can use here for Azure CLI. ARM template. Let's see what is there. ARM template advantage, schema, parameter, variable. So these are the common structure of the ARM template that we are going to discuss here. Function, resources, outputs, and then we can see the templates also. Let's see. So ARM template is a JSON-based template that makes your deployment process more faster. Using ARM template, you can make a clone of your existing infrastructure. Okay, for any kind of deployment, any kind of troubleshooting or testing purpose, if you need a same infrastructure in your lab environment or test environment, you can do this very easily with the template process. You can download the template from GitHub, you can download the template from QuickStart, and you can deploy your infrastructure as very fresh manner. Otherwise, if you have a infrastructure already configured, you can download the template from your existing infrastructure also. If you know how to write uh, JSON script, you can easily write your own template and you can execute it to the Azure infrastructure. Okay. When you write the template, the schema you have to follow. This is the information of the schema if you look into the screen. So this is the JSON format, schema, then HTTP information. Now parameters, variables, functions, resource, and outputs. Now content version, which is specific, you need to mention it. Parameters is also required. Parameter is something that is, you can say, user configurable or user asks to provide some informations. Okay. Variable, the data which is present in the variable that will be still there for entire execution as long as the service is not yet started and deployed properly. Function is carrying a code of instructions which is repeating every time with a new value. Okay, so that is called function. Resources means what you want to start, what type of service you want to start. That is comes under the resource. And outputs, finally, what type of output after executing successfully, what type of output you are expecting, that will come in the form of output. So now output can be appeared in a JSON format or any other format if you wish to have, that you can write that information here. So in the entire JSON script, which is used for the template purpose, few things which is mandatory to mention. One, schema. Second, content version. Third, parameter. Fourth, variable. These four things you need to have. Function, resource, yes, resource also you need to add. So functions, outputs, those things if you do not write, that's absolutely okay. This is not required, it's not a mandatory things to write it. But parameter, content version, schema, resource, that you need to add in your script if you write it by your own. See, parameter where it can ask you for user ID, password. So as I told you, parameter is a definition which is user configurable. User will ask for input. User have to provide the input. So it is showing example of password or a user ID. It could be name of the resource group, name of the particular resource. So those things also appear in a parameter area. Okay. Variable, the value which is still present till your execution complete. If you change the value in the script, the value also will change to the deployment area. Okay. So it is not something that user configurable. Already it is defined by the administrator or the author of the template. Function, the function that is a collections of code or single code, executable code, but it is repeating every time based on some conditions, and it is creating a unique resources every time. Let's say you want to create two or three IP addresses. For example, I'm checking. Okay, so every IP address, every public IP address has to take a separate name. So for that, you can create a function. So function is always repeating code, repeating content, which is creating same type of resource, but with a unique name. That is called function. Resources, what type of service you want to start. That is called resource that you need to mention. Okay, so now here it is asking for public IP address. So it is creating a public IP address. It could be a storage, it could be a virtual machine, anything. So developers are using a lot template, and the administrator obviously who wants to deploy the Azure infrastructure with very quick manner, they are always prefer the template. Output. So host name is this one, type is this. So after completion, your execution, how you are getting the information, how do you get the output? That particular structure has been defined. It will provide the host name, means it will display the host name, then value, okay, public IP address, name, DNS settings, FTDN. So those information will be showing here as a output. So these things you not necessary to mention always, but if you mention that is very good. If you do not mention, still it is okay. QuickStart template. QuickStart is a portal where you can download many templates. As you can see, the number of templates available. Probably now it is getting increased. Previously it was 757. Maybe it is now increased. So related with any activity in Azure, you can search template on QuickStart and you can find it and directly you can start deployment to your portal. Okay. So QuickStart is something which is very easy to deploy and very important. Okay, if you are not wasting your time to find out the template and change the template information and all, you can refer to the QuickStart website. Demonstration. So let me show you. I will show you the template download process from the resource itself. So if you go to prod.rg, let me see that did I mention anything here? Any resource present? Yes. So I have a DNS zone, right? And there is a storage account, for example. So if when you go inside the resource group, there is an option for download or export template. I can click it here. So when I click on export template, it will generate the template along with the resources have already been deployed in my resource group. See? Default values, prod, storage account. So all information, DNS information, my storage information, everything is there in this definition. So what I can do, if I want to make a clone of the existing infrastructure, I can simply say download. Or else if you want to change something in this particular format in variable or in a parameter, you can easily do it. So now template has been downloaded, right? So in the folder. So this is my template, latest download. What is the name of the file? Template.json. Yes, to all. So template.json has replaced with my latest template definition. So what I can do, if I want to apply the same template in my infrastructure, so you have to go to the template. Add your template, click your template option here, provide the name, prod, template, description, testing only, and OK. Okay, I chosen the wrong one. So I have to write the template here, but I don't want to write it, right? I have the template, I need to upload it. So I chose the wrong information actually. Wait for a while, my audience. Let me go back to the template area. There could be an option called custom template. Deploy custom template. Choose this one. Click here. Build your own template in the editor. And there is an option, load file. Click here. I hope that one, no, that is a download option. This is the template.json. Let me check prot.com. Default value is this one. This is the storage name already taken. Okay, save it. Now, when I try to save it, it will ask me some information like subscription. This is done under the parameter subscription resource group. So if I want to change the resource group, let's say Fidelity RG, it has taken the location of the Fidelity RG. DNS zone prot.com name prot.com. So I can change it if I wish. Hello.org. Resource group. Okay. Let me add it 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. So these are the informations I can change. Okay. And purchase it. So the name I have taken as a storage and the name I have taken as a DNS. If they have any confliction, anyone in the world have created the same name, I will get an error. But if the name is okay, unique, then I will not get error. What will happen in the Fidelity RG? Same infrastructure will create. Okay. So now the infrastructure is creating. Deployment is in progress. Once it is complete, we will find the same storage account, same type of share information is there. DNS is also there. Yeah. At least one resource deployment failed. At least one resource deployment operation failed. Activity log. Put blob service properties, put service properties. Create deployment. That is started. Blob service. See, the storage account has created. Maybe one of the service is not yet started inside the storage account or DNS. That's why I'm getting a fail message. But my storage account has created. Let me check my data present in a file share. Yeah, that img file is not created. The data is not present. That's why I'm getting an error. Okay. So data has been there. That's data definition is also present. So that's why I'm getting error. Data is not created. The share name is there, but there is no file information, no informations or no data present in my new storage account. But storage account has created, file share has created, but data is not present. That obviously we don't have to clone the data. Okay, we can clone the infrastructure, but we cannot clone the data. Same way, if I check the DNS zone, I could find the DNS zone information. Hello.org, Fidelity RG, that was my resource group. There is no customized data. This is the default data. Whenever you create a new DNS zone, the data will be automatically appeared. Okay, so this is a manual task that you download from a resource group and then you upload the uh, template to the another environment, to the another subscription that you can do. Or else you can go to the QuickStart. From there also you can provision your deployments. You can search your information for which particular service you want to search the templates. You can write it and you can get it back. Like if you run Vault, web integration with the key vault, enable encryption for rest of the Azure machine learning. Okay, so just if you click it, I'm not going to start the deployment. I'm just click it. So there is an option deploy to Azure, browse on GitHub. Okay, so if you click on deploy to Azure, it will directly deploy to the Azure. It will ask you the user ID password to deploy, and when you provide the proper credential for your account, it will be start deploying there. So from QuickStart also, that deployment process is very easy to manage. Okay, audience, this is the ARM template, module 3 and lab and modules.